The 15th of August 1977, 5:30 in the morning, Paris. As dawn begins to spill over the Parisian rooftops and filter down onto the tree-lined boulevards below, the relative calm of a Sunday morning is shattered at once by the roar of a V12 wide open. In reality, if you'd been on the streets of Paris that morning, you'd have heard nothing of the sort. Nor would you have seen the Ferrari 275 GTB to which that exhaust note belongs. Claude Lelouch's C'était un rendezvous is 7 minutes and 52 seconds of racing cinema legend. A single shot from the front of a car travelling 10 kilometres at high speed through the streets of Paris. The short begins at the Porte Dauphine exit of the peripheral boulevard. Lelouch then speeds up onto Avenue Foch, around the Arc de Triomphe, down the Champs-Élysées, right around the Place de la Concorde, left through the Place d'un Carrousel, past the Louvre, onto the Avenue de l'Opéra, around the Palais Garnier, onto the Chaussée d'Antin, around the Étienne d'Ovre, up the Rue Pigalle, and onto the Boulevard de Clichy, Calconcourt, Junot, and up to the Sacred Heart Basilica. Where our protagonist, Lelouch himself, credited as the pilot, meets his companion, his real-life girlfriend Gunilla Frieden. The captivating thing about this piece of cinema, which becomes apparent on first viewing, is that it was done without permission. It is full of high-speed near misses, red lights, and frightened pedestrians in real danger. For years, the film's details were shrouded in mystery and rumour, until Lelouch revealed all. But even today, misconceptions can be seen on the internet. For example, that the camera unit on the front of the car was gyro-stabilised. It wasn't. It didn't need to be. It is common enough knowledge now that the car in question wasn't a Ferrari, but a Mercedes 450 SEL 6.9. Lelouch's personal car, in which he had found a vehicle that was both fast enough to emulate a Ferrari 275 and stable enough to mount a film camera without any stabilisation. We have one photograph of the camera setup, an Eclair Camflex 35mm camera with a wide-angle lens attached via a speed rail hard mount. No gyros or any other type of stabilisation. Lelouch was able to achieve this because of the Mercedes fully hydropneumatic suspension system. This was the first car where Mercedes had used this system on all four corners. Previously, it had been used in just the rear for self-levelling with heavier loads, or in the case of the W109 and W100 cars, air suspension had been utilised instead. The hydropneumatic system itself was very similar to the Citroën system, which had been in use since the last days of the traction avant. Lelouch was arrested shortly after the film was screened. The police commissioner took his licence before handing it back a few moments later. "I promised to take away your licence," he said, "but I didn't specify for how long. You're lucky. My son loved your film." Almost 50 years on, C'était un rendezvous continues to amaze younger generations and inspire similar works. But I can't help but think that the days of being able to match brazen stunts such as these are possibly just out of reach.